I believe in research over clickbait. I believe it's more valuable to do the deep dive research that others don't do. And that's what I offer here on the channel. However, I also understand that sometimes you need to do the clickbait to get people to pay attention. So that's what I've done in this video. A little bit later, I'm going to show you where NIO gave us a teaser about future dividend potential. But first, I want to go back to yesterday's video. There were two things that I said when I did this video, which, by the way, was less than 3 minutes long, and yet still didn't get a ton of views. Maybe perhaps it wasn't clickbaitish enough. I don't know. Point is, research is one of the things I said I was going to focus on rather than offering any kind of opinion about the NIO dilution. That ended up being valuable in what I'm going to share in this video. The other piece was relative to the stock price. And I said that the stock price for NIO stock hadn't gone above $5.33 all year until we got into this recent uptrend, which we continue to be in. And by the way, even with huge volume and the dilution offering on Wednesday, September 10th, NIO stock did not drop to that 533 level. In fact, it stayed for almost the entire pre-market and the majority of the day and into post-market after hours above the $5.57 level that NIO is talking about raising capital through or at that price. So that's a huge nod and a positive too, as we now look at today with trade volume of under 100 million shares traded during the day. NIO stock, by the way, the 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. Eastern time pre-market windows both were green, those 5-minute incremental windows that I've been tracking, and the stock price continues to be above the $6 level as I'm recording this. By the way, we've got about an hour left in the trade day on September 11th, 2025. So there's your date and timestamp. But I want to get right to this because this was the published filing that I'm going to share the information from today, September 11th, 2025. I'm also going to share this though, because I want to point out the date. This was the September 10th filing, and this is what I was kind of watching during the day and throughout the day was that price point, that level. And the fact that NIO stayed above it made me think things looked very bullish for the short-term stock price action, which seems to be in play to this point anyway. Back to this September 11th filing, and I'll link everything in the description so you can check it out for yourselves. This is the specific part that I'm going to tie together now with this dividend teaser. This is from page 6 or S16 rather from the filing. You see the table of contents here. This is the highlighted part. For purposes of illustration, the following discussion reflects the hypothetical taxes that might be required to be paid within China, assuming that 1, we have taxable earnings, and 2, we determine to pay dividends in the future. Now, there's a reason they're doing this tax calculation. Although these are forward-looking statements, meaning these are not a guarantee, I take this to be a teaser from NIO about what the future may look like for the company. And now I'm curious for folks who had any kind of opinion about the dilution, now that we've gotten through the trade day from yesterday, which had the big volume, which did not see a sell-off below that 557 level for NIO stock, and which, by the way, now is back over $6. And now with this little teaser nestled in there for those paying attention and doing the deep dive research, that yes, they are considering and thinking about, at least it's on their radar, the potential for future dividends for NIO stock. What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you. Please share this video with people throughout the community, because I just don't know how many people are aware of this stuff, but that's why I dig deep and go with the research mode over the clickbait most of the time. So thanks for sticking around to the end. If you made it to the end of the video, I'll be back with more content before you know it. Probably a longer video, at least over the weekend, if not earlier. So thanks again. See y'all again very soon.